everyone. So as you can see, I had a beautiful morning walk by the lake. I thought it would be very fitting for me to start this health vlog that way because I've mentioned this before. Nothing centers me more than taking a walk by nature. It's just something that has become so important in my life, especially within the last year. It's been honestly a lifesaver, just something that I do by myself. I love taking walks by myself. I love my kids, but I think it's important as a mom to sometimes take some time by yourself, not even just as a mom, as a person. I think it's so important to spend some alone time and just center yourself, reflect. I think that when it comes to health, people think of, like, you know, looking good and going to the gym and taking care of yourself from the outside. But personally, I think that that's last on the list when it comes to health. It's important, but it's not the most important thing. I think that emotional health, mental health is supreme to everything else, because if these two things are functioning the way that they should, everything else comes into place. I want to talk about some products. As you can see, I already took a nice bath. I have my Target PJs on. Let me show you. These are the ones from the other day that I spoke to you about. Super comfy and cute. And I just want to talk about these two products. This mask was in the swag bag from Modern Day Wife, and it's Suka. So it's a clarifying facial mask with organic cocoa, and it's supposed to obviously soften your skin, exfoliate. It's good. I liked it, but I have to say that if you've been following me for a while, you know that I really don't exfoliate too much. And the reason why I personally don't do that too much is because I have combination skin, but as I've gotten older, I really have tried my best to maintain the moisture in my skin. And whenever I exfoliate, it really does, I can tell that it is important. It's good because you have to exfoliate your skin. But I do it maybe once a month, no more than that. And I usually just do it with a cleanser and not with a mask. That being said, I think everyone's skin is different, and so everyone's needs are different. So some people do need to exfoliate their skin. Maybe you have a little bit more oil on your skin, so exfoliating is super important. Maybe you could do this once a week. I would do this once a month on my particular skin. So yeah, but it is good, and it's a black mask like this, very easy to take out. So I'll link it in the description box in case you're interested. And then I also wanted to mention the Motif cleanser that was sent to me. This I really love. This is a very gentle cleanser. It's made with natural ingredients, and I think the founder of this brand, she had some issues with like acne, and so she wanted to create a brand that would clean her face without hurting her in terms of like her acne. So I think this is great if your skin is a little bit oilier. I like it. I think it's good. But if I had to compare it with my Tasha, again, my skin does tend to dry up really quickly, and with the Tasha cleanser, I feel like it's moisturized. With this one, it does feel a little bit more dry when I use it. But that being said, it's gentle on the skin, feels very, very nice, and really does a good job of cleaning your skin. So I just wanted to mention it. I'll link it as well. And now we're gonna get into one of my favorite products that I've been using recently. I'm absolutely in love with this new technique for my face. Ecstatic to share with you guys. So I'm gonna grab it and we're gonna get started. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of this technique that you can do in your house. And essentially what it is micro-needling or micro-infusion with a serum. So I worked with a company called Qure on my Instagram, and I will be honest with you, I was a little bit hesitant in the beginning. I was a little bit nervous about doing this because, I mean, obviously I'm not an esthetician, I'm just a regular person. Anything that involves needles, obviously I felt a little bit nervous doing myself because I'm not experienced at this. But it was something that I had been curious about even way before they contacted me and I was going to purchase. Not necessarily, I wasn't sure what company I was going to go with, but I knew I wanted to try this technique from the house. So I like the fact that it's something that I can do from my house at any time of the day, and I think it's also cost effective because if I were to go to like a clinic, I know that this facial would be maybe $300-400 depending on the clinic that you go to. So it definitely was something that piqued my interest and that I wanted to try out, and I'm so glad that I did, because it really has made a difference in my skin. And I want to say that I have combination skin, but I also have sensitivity to my skin. I do. I've mentioned this before. Nothing that would be crazy, but it is sensitive. So that was another reason why I was a little bit nervous, because I said, what about if I try this and I have a situation and I'm not going to know how to deal with it? But I'm so glad I did. It was actually really easy to use. And also, I was also afraid of the pain level. Like, because I'm a chicken, and I was like, I don't know if I can tolerate like pinchies on my face like this. But honestly, there's nothing to be afraid of, because it feels almost like, how can I explain it? Almost like a scratchy, tiny little pinchy type of feeling. 100% tolerable, nothing that would, it didn't even make my skin red, to be honest. I felt, after a while of doing it, I actually felt like it was almost like giving my skin a massage, which I also like, because you know I'm huge on gua sha and kind of getting the circulation going on my face. So I ended up really loving it. So this is what it looks like. It comes like this, and it says Beauty Clinic inside. So these are the refillable serum bottles that you're going to place in the original flask. I'll show it to you in a second. And these are the needles that you would replace, because each time you use this, you obviously need to change the needle because you want to avoid infection. That honestly sounds scarier than it is, because it scared me, you know, when they said, oh, change the needles to avoid infection. So many things went through my head, but it's really nothing. And then this is the little flask. As you can see, I already used it. I'm going to replace the top. So I'm just going to use this part here. And I'm going to take one of these bottles, which are the serums. Let me get a scissor. You guys know how I am about opening things. I'm not very good at it. And this is what the serum looks like. It's like this. Okay, and then here are the needles I'm gonna have to replace on the top, which are these. Alright, so let me just move this so that I have space on my vanity and put it over there. Before we even get into this, just make sure your face is clean, no makeup. I don't have any makeup on. And I also think it's good to exfoliate before you do this, because this is gonna help with moisturizing your face. That's what it's for. And the other thing is that I wanna mention is that you should do this in the afternoon like I'm doing, or in the night. Like, I'm not going out today, I'm not gonna wear any makeup, because I personally feel that you shouldn't wear makeup on the same day. You should do the makeup, you should do this in the nighttime, so that the next morning, obviously, you can wear makeup and it looks really nice the next day. But I would not do this before like a makeup session, because it defeats the whole purpose. You want the serum to really penetrate in your skin, which is what makes this technique so efficient, is that the little micro needles are going to deposit the serum inside. It's going to penetrate a little bit better. So that's the purpose of the whole thing. All right, let me just get this here, open this up. Okay, this is the top, right? Which is the needles. As you can see, they're right there. Let me show you. Took the top out. Those are the needles. They're super, super tiny. It's micro needling. It sounds scarier than it is. I really want to make sure that I make that very, very clear. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the serum in here. I guess I'm just gonna put it inside like this. And then I'm gonna add the new needle. That's how easy it is. It's very, very simple. Like I said, everything sounds scary when you read about it. It sounds like so much more, and it's really nothing. So, and then you're gonna tilt it like this, and you're gonna leave it here for like 5 minutes, like that, so that this serum can start infusing in the little micro needles. And then when you apply it, it's gonna be a lot easier, because the first time I didn't do that and I had to tilt my head back a lot to get that in there. So just leave it like this for a little bit. I'll see you in a sec. Did my toenails while we're waiting for that. I'll show them to you after. I think like 2 years ago I worked with a company called Snow that is for teeth whitening. Since I have some events to go to next week, today's Saturday, I figured I would do the whitening with this while we wait for that. And to be honest with you, look, it's brand new. I'm not very good at, like, I would say I'm low maintenance, to be honest with you, especially for a content creator. I don't know if it's because of lack of time. I'm just always running around and doing so many things, mom of 3, that I don't have too much time to just, like, you know, be beautifying myself. I wish. So I tend to forget, but I drink a lot of coffee and sometimes tea. You could see that sometimes in my teeth. So I'm gonna do this now while we wait for that, at least for a little bit. I think you could do this, I don't know if it's like 10 to 30 minutes. I'm gonna do 10 minutes and that's it. But yeah. So basically you're gonna twist this and then apply. Connect this. Alright, so I think we're ready for this. I already did the teeth thing. It looks so funny, but yeah, it's easy. I think it works. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to take the top out, and you want to avoid this part of your face, which is right underneath your eye. I've spoken about that before. This is a very sensitive area, so you're not going to put anything here or here, obviously. So basically your forehead is fair game. Right here, like I have little lines here because I smile a lot, and I also have like an 11 that wants to show up, but I've been fighting back. It's kind of there. It's genetic. Every woman in my family has that. So I'm trying my best to fight back without really doing much, but yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. And then right here, and then of course your cheeks, and also your neck. It's great for your neck because that's an area that needs attention. Start with my forehead. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the rest of this and just pour it on my hand and apply it to my face. I could feel like my pores are open. That's the best way I would describe it. So it does feel slightly sore. I don't know if sore is the right word, but kind of like when you scratch your face too much, like that. That's what it feels like. On my neck as well. Like I said, I feel like we always neglect our neck, or even like right here. Nice and hydrated. I think this is great like before a wedding, a party, an event. And like I said, you definitely don't want to do this before makeup, because you want your skin to soak this up, to breathe, and just focus on this serum, nothing else. You can apply your other products, that you can do, but not makeup. And we don't want to put any of this to waste, so we're going to use all of it. You can see all my freckles now. I have no makeup on. There you go. Nice and glowy. My skin feels amazing. Like I went to a clinic and had some sort of a facial done, but I did this right at home. So I highly recommend this. I think it's so good. I've been loving it. My skin's been loving it. As you can see, there's no redness on my skin. I have seen some people do this and get a little bit red. So it depends on the sensitivity of your skin. My skin is sensitive, but in a different way. I think I'm allergic to certain things. I love it. I think it's a great thing, especially like for moms. And it's also more cost effective, like I said, because maybe you pay $100 and something to $200 depending on the package you get, but it's a one-time thing. It has several serum flasks, so there's several uses, as opposed to going to a clinic, which will cost you maybe $300 for one facial. So in that sense, I think it's great. And like I said, it's very easy to do. All you have to do is replace the needles. Never use the same needle twice. I'm gonna throw this one away because I already used it. So but yeah, I'm super happy with it. Love it. Now that I'm done with this treatment, I'm going to go in with my night routine. Whatever you use for the night is fine. I mentioned this brand last vlog, which is Stratia, and I have been liking this brand. So I will say this: if you're the type of person that wants products that are made with natural ingredients that still moisturize your face, this is great. By the way, this is also a very affordable brand. I think each one was $24, and one is for the day, which is called the Interface Peptide Cream. Peptide, you need a cream with peptide. It's super important for your skin to be moisturized, supple, and the elasticity of your skin as well. And then this one is the Night Shift, which has retinol. So what I love about this brand is that it uses natural ingredients, and they have the retinol, the peptide, which you obviously need for your skin. So I do like it in that sense. Now, is it better than my Shiseido? No, I just can't beat that brand. I've tried. As a content creator, I try my best to try new products, and I also wanted to find a brand that was a little bit more affordable, and also a brand that uses a lot of clean products, and this is it. This is a great brand, very affordable. You can get your whole skincare for less than $100. So I like that about it. I recommend it in that sense. But if I had to choose between Shiseido and this, I still like Shiseido. I think Shiseido is such an amazing brand, so underrated. Their day moisturizers, their night moisturizers, they're just amazing. I feel like my skin loves that brand. So I'm gonna go back to it when I'm done with this. I also got the serum, looks like this. Now, I will say I was very underwhelmed with this product in particular. I didn't feel that it really made a difference in my skin. I didn't feel like it was the best serum I've used. So I'd probably skip this. So if I had to recommend maybe 2 products from them, it would be these 2, the day and the night. I think you're good with these, and maybe trying a different serum because I didn't like their serum. So yeah, I'm gonna go in with the Night Shift and just apply it to my skin. Feels really nice on the skin. I have to say, I can still feel that scratchiness in my skin, the pinchiness. I just want to be as descriptive as possible when it comes to Qure, because I don't want you to be like surprised with what you feel. So it's kind of like when you scratch your skin and then you put cream on it, that's what it feels like a little bit, like a bit of a burn or a tinge. I can't explain it, but yeah. But look at my skin. My skin is so moisturized. It looks beautiful. It's glowy. So I'm very happy with that. Love microneedling. I'm definitely hooked. I think this is something I'll probably do for a very long time, if not forever, because I think it's so convenient and it's great. So anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this little vlog. It's always good to take care of yourself and pick a day. You know, it doesn't have to be the whole day. It could be half a day or just a couple of hours to dedicate to yourself and do the things that make you feel good. For me, it's a combination of things. It's not just like beauty, like physical beauty, but also just doing things that make me happy, like taking a walk, reading a little bit, having freshly squeezed orange juice, which is one of my favorite things. And whenever I do a day like this, I honestly feel so much better. I feel energized and ready to tackle the week ahead and all the stressors of life, especially as a mom. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this vlog, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.